everyone, to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today we're going to be making a delicious and easy 30-minute meal that's going to be on the table in no time. You can serve it as a main course with lots of sides. They can be quesadillas and they could be tacos. It could be both. But I love making these. I usually make lots of Mediterranean food, but every time I want to switch it up, I serve these and my kids love them. They just keep on asking for more. They taste so good. But like I said, this can be served as a main course, or you can serve this as an appetizer. Let's get started. I'm going to begin by making the meat sauce. So in my skillet over here, I'm just going to cook up an onion that I finely chopped with a little bit of oil. Just cook it over medium heat until it's nice and soft and golden. That takes about 8 minutes or so. Once the onion is cooked, we're going to add 6 garlic cloves that have been grated. I keep garlic already grated and frozen in Ziploc bags, and it's nice and flat, so I'm going to take a big chunk of it, put it in, and just warm it through until it melts into the onions. Now I'm going to go in and add the ground beef. 2 pounds of ground beef is going in. I'm just going to cook this over medium heat until most of the pinkness goes away, and then it's time to season with some salt, freshly cracked black pepper, a heaping teaspoon of sweet paprika. You can add smoked if you like the flavor. I'm also going to add some crushed red pepper flakes for heat, as much or as little as you like, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon of ground coriander. I'm also going to add 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried thyme and a few splashes of Worcestershire sauce. Mix this all together and just cook this over medium heat, medium-high heat until the meat is fully cooked. It's going to take about 10-15 minutes or so. Continue to mix it, and once it looks like this, it's ready. So while the meat was cooking, I went ahead and I just made a quick little salad. I just chopped up half an onion, a bell pepper, lots of tomatoes. I like using grape tomatoes, and I also added an avocado to it with lots of lemon juice, a little bit of olive oil, and some salt, and I just mixed it all up. If you want to, you can take the seeds out of your favorite spicy chili like a Serrano or jalapeno, chop that up and put it in there, but lots of lime is key in this. And I also finally chopped some cilantro and I added it to the salad. If you're not a fan of cilantro, you can go with parsley. So let's put them all together. So now I have these corn tortillas. I love using corn tortillas for this. It just tastes really good. I'm gonna spread these out on my cutting board and I'll sprinkle the tops with some shredded cheese. I love buying this Mexican cheese, which is a combination of different kinds of cheddar. Just put a layer of that on top of the tortillas, and then we're going to top it off with that ground beef, then a little bit more cheese, and then top it off with another tortilla. Kind of press it down to help everything stick all together. And then we're going to cook this over a cast iron skillet. I have it heating over medium heat, and I'll also add a tiny bit of olive oil to it just to help everything get a little bit crispy. If you don't even want to add the olive oil to the pan, you could just brush the backside of the tortillas with the oil, and then when you flip them over, you could brush a little bit on the other side as well. You're just going to cook these 3 to 4 minutes per side until they get crispy. If you like them a little bit softer, you just warm them through gently and just until that cheese melts on both sides and everything's going to hold together and stick together. We like them a little bit on the crispier side. You can cut these into 4s and just serve them almost like chips and use them to scoop up that salad. You can add some sauce to this. I'm using shawarma sauce because I had it in the fridge, but sour cream is great in this too, or whatever spicy sauces you have on hand. You could fold them in half and put the salad on top in between, just like a taco. These are so delicious and so easy to make. Okay, so just like that, they're ready to be served. And like I said before, you can serve them as an appetizer by either just serving them as they are, like round, or you can cut them in quarters, and they're almost gonna look like stuffed chips. They're so good. They're perfect for scooping up salad and dips and sauces, and you can serve this with so many things. Or you can serve them just like a sandwich, like a quesadilla. It's up to you. I like to make a nice salad with this. I chopped up, like I said, the tomato, avocado, and onion and all the good stuff. Scallions would be nice in there too, or some spicy peppers, like I said before. They are so delicious. You could fold them up and serve them like as a double stuffed taco. They're just amazing. Before we do the taste test, I will say that you can toast these in the pan longer so they could be crispier. And if you want to make this for a big gathering, it is kind of time consuming to do it over the stovetop. So what I've done before is just assembled them in baking pans, and I did brush them really generously either with olive oil or some melted butter so that way they can crisp up on both sides. I just cook them in a preheated 350-degree oven until the tortillas are crispy on both sides and the cheese inside is melted, and then you can make these for a big crowd very easily. They do taste best though over the stovetop. but you can definitely get away with doing that. Doing it in the oven or even in an air fryer, it's up to you. But if you're doing it in an air fryer, I'm guessing you're not serving a crowd because that would take too long. But anyway, it's time for the taste test. Oh my goodness. I love it when the corn tortillas get a little bit crispy. They taste like nachos to me. I always have this ground beef mixture in my refrigerator. I make it at least once a week because I do different things with it. These tacos, just like you saw, they're so simple and easy to make. Everyone is gonna love them. You can print out the recipe on the website, dimitrasdishes.com, switch them up with different cheeses, different veggies. You don't have to use corn tortillas. You could use flour tortillas for these too. Let me know how you're making them in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.